So hello, um, I thought I'd make this video about kind of a reintroduction to what I want to kind of focus a little bit on. Not so much focus, but more like redirect why I do things the way I do, and particularly because, in this form, for those who are more awakened, or at least are continuously awakening, that it's a kind of a gradual process for most of us. Unlike Eckhart, his was kind of more exponential, I suppose. But what I've been learning to do since, as far as I can remember, I don't know when, but it started to become more like a release of egoic, what I call egoic, like imprisonment, or it's the attachment to the form where I always felt like I had to defend, that attachment. So when you're defending, when there's a defensiveness happening, I notice for myself that it's even weird to think about it that way. I just noticed that, the consciousness is awakening, and the more I guess you can say, practice being in beingness. And that's really how meditation is. It's not a tool or anything, but besides the point is that I wanted to reintroduce kind of like when I've been doing things here on my channel where I'm posting some music, astrology, talking about veneers, even that's a recent one. I haven't done anything about swimming because I haven't been swimming, but it's all from that, at least on the human level, that partially egoic desire to fulfill something and to experience intensity, so extremes, purpose, meaningfulness, that sort of refusal and resistance toward what the ego perceives as lack of genuineness or trivial things, or but the more I awaken, I notice that things are just as they are, and a choice can always be made. And even though that is the case, I still wanted to share my experiences through the simplicity of just sharing my experiences, and hopefully you can get something out of it. And it definitely comes from that Plutonian identification. That first it basically stems a lot from that limiting belief, or the limiting beliefs rather, that I experience. And I realized that despite all the some people have already known this, that internal work is more important than external. So it could be that, it could be swimming itself, but like the why is it that I need to succeed, or why is it that I need to get better or faster? It started off as, at least for swimming today, I wanted to talk about that, or it started as this desire to just be in the water, to just have fun, enjoy it, And then came in that sort of that earthly, that human, that egoic pull to achieve. And there's nothing wrong with achievements. It's I wasn't really focused on the goal and saying I need to be this fast, I need to be that. I just really enjoyed being in the water. So swimming, at least for now, with the experience of having Meniere's and dizziness and all that stuff, that swimming now feels less. If I were to go back to swimming, it's not the sport itself, it would be just the enjoyment of being. The joy of just being connected to water, to that substance, that fluid sort of feel. And even like when I do my cold showers, it's the feeling of not just the moisture, but the instinctive awareness, I guess, and just that instinct that it's just, oh, there's a lot of joy right now in being wet and being cold and being just full of energy and just connecting in that simplicity. So that's kind of how I want to continue and reintroduce to why I do things here, or rather, it's still that. It's less of that Plutonian thing, but the story here is that it's a lot of it is that thing. The good thing about having Sun Pluto conjunct, at the very least, through astrology, is that the intensity and the drive for realness and genuineness also meant that what would give me energy is becoming stripped away into, like, the beliefs of what identity is it's stripped away and stripped away. It's always a continual dying and release and transformation. Into something else, and it's always unknown, and I don't want to say that it's becoming comfortable, but it's definitely something. It's happening, and I didn't realize this, that the more consciousness there is that grows, it's the deep I, becoming more aware of itself. The more there is understanding that, funnily enough, it cannot, or is quite, it's quite challenging to put into words of form. Just put it that way. And I wanted to share all that because of all this. So, yeah. So there's a go. So there's a rebirth, if you might like to call it, of this channel. Okay. Thank you.